I was so engrossed reading my other boy's novel when I was pushed off my chair. I landed on my face, nose bleeding badly. I felt a sharp, solid object sticking out of my top lip. Oh my, I just got my top front tooth broken. What happened to you? Dad asked as I got into the car. Who did this to you? Kayode, I mentioned. Kayode what? Kayode Ojo. Ojo? Which Ojo? Well, he has many uncles that come to pick him and they never allow him carry his bag. That was like, okay, is that why he felt like he could harm my son? Tell me more. Let me know if I know his father. His uncles, dressed in green and they come with a green pickup. My daddy was like, Bayo, and he banged lightly on his steering. Later in the evening, I know the Ojos, my daddy said, and I'm not happy their son did this to us. We're going to their house to let them know that no one can just treat an Adinoga anyhow and walk free. I never knew my dad was this gangster. When we get there, daddy speaking, your mom will handle their mom, you will handle the boy. Kayode had a very frail body, troublesome but not strong at all. I could squash him in my hands. That continued. I will deal with their father. So get ready. I was so surprised though that daddy was taking this action, but I knew he was not happy with how I was treated. So we headed out. We got to the main gate and was stopped by military men. So dad began to talk. This is the military hospital. Dr. Bayo Ojo is the head of dentistry and is a high-ranked military officer. My jaw dropped. Mommy was totally quiet. Looks like a suicide mission. At a small gate that led to the staff quarters, we filled a little form. Dad mentioned to the guards, tell him Segun, blue, black. After a few seconds, we were signaled to move in. In the living room, Kayode's dad looked surprised, but somewhat happy to see my dad as he motioned us to sit. Daddy said no one is sitting. Where is your son, Kayode? See what he did to my son. Kayode's mom and dad moved towards me to check me out, but daddy blocked them and said, please tell your son to come out. Kayode came out of the door and stayed right at the entrance. His dad asked him what happened. Before he could say a thing, my dad stepped forward, pushed Kayode's dad by the shoulder and said to him, today I will show you why you called me blue black in primary school. My wife and son will also teach yours a lesson. Kayode's dad did not show any sign of displeasure. He only said, Segun, hold on. I have tried to reach out to you for over 28 years, telling you I am sorry about what happened. But if you think you want to prove a point, please do not bring your son and wife into this. So apparently, both dads had a big fight in primary school, and Kayode's dad broke my dad's tooth at that time. Theirs was a fight over a lady though, that none of them married. My father, a very proud Ijebu man, will not be related twice. My dad was a fighter. No one dared face him. He would beat them blue black, hence his nickname, Segun blue black. But Kayode's dad challenged him real good. For my dad, that was then and okay. But his son cannot do the same to me and go free. So this fight was not actually about me. It was actually about my dad's ego. My dad lunged forward and said, Benga, Mama Benga, Oya, as I pushed Dr. Baye again in the chest, challenging him to a fight. I moved towards Kayode, who was already in tears. Then a face peeped from behind Kayode out of the curtain. It was his younger sister, Folake, begging me not to hurt Kayode. I stood there, couldn't lift a finger anymore. I was overwhelmed by her plea. Two mothers hugged and were in tears. Kayode's dad stayed motionless, looking at my dad. Eventually, he said, Segun blue black, for the sake of our families, I am so sorry for all this. Please, let it be forgotten. Daddy looked at the two moms and then at me. By now, I had my arms around Kayode. He signaled to us as he stormed out. No one talked on our way home. Did we betray Dad? A few minutes after we got home, Kayode, his dad and mom arrived. After a little talk, the long-held grudge ended. Drinks were served, and Kayode's dad fixed my tooth the following day. Kayode gave me a little note from Folake, his sister. Thank you for controlling your emotions. Thank you for not hurting my brother. 10 years after that, in the university, Folake and I dated. 8 years after that, we got married. On our wedding day, Folake had this to say in our words. The day you showed me that you're a great man was the day, as a little boy, you controlled how you reacted just because I pleaded, even though I stood in the way of what your father wanted you to do. I think that one great virtue that any lady looks for in a man is self-control. And you showed me that day as a boy that you got it. You have a great heart, and I'm willing to live with you all my life. Folake and I are happily married, and we have 2 lovely children. Thank you for staying with me. See you next time.